And I'm bringing this healing energy into the heart of Zion, like the heart of Mormonism. They use the Bible to justify polygamy. Yes, Jesus was polygamous. Multiple women washed his feet with their hair. Feet and hair, that's sexual. And in those times, that was a sexual reference. Only the wife would wash a man's feet. Only the wife would anoint a man. How many women washed Jesus' feet before he was crucified? How many women anointed him in the Bible? Think about it. All these wealthy women around him, and they're making him communicate their message of wisdom. Well, wisdom and communication is feminine. So were they in balance? And let's talk about throwing the tables over it. Oh, he planned it. It's righteous indignation. No, he was out of balance. One man, multiple women. How can one man do all that? He has multiple centers. How can he be aligned and centered when he has multiple centers? Women are the emotional, spiritual center. Men are the physical lead. What did Christianity do? Put men as the spiritual lead, bringing them out of balance for easier control. Hi, this is my second stop, and I just had some water. Let me show you where I'm at, and then we're going to continue our talk about water carving land or land carving water. Which way is healthy, which way is beneficial, what creates balance internally, externally, what creates balance in a relationship, what creates balance between humans and nature. We're going to get into all that. But let me show you the gorgeous place that I'm in right now. I'm going to turn the camera around. Wow. So I'm walking up the Narrows, and it's just incredible. I'm extremely lucky. The flow rate is pretty low in the easy level. I don't know how I would make it if it weren't. This is where I'm at right now, and I'm just so grateful that I followed my intuition and I came here after the Hopi Reservation. So let's get back to water carving land as opposed to land carving water. And I'm going to start with the second, land carving water. The masculine tells the feminine what to do, right? Examples of this in nature would be building dams, would be creating canals, would be destroying beavers so that we can decide where water should flow. That's the Christian view. God gave us dominion over the land and the animals, the feminine, Mother Nature, right? And I'm sitting here in, Mormon land. I was baptized Mormon. My mom's side of the family is all Mormon, and I'm staying in what I used to call Hurricane, but what is locally called Hurricane, where my mom's youngest sister and her family with 7 kids used to live. And my guy from my childhood, JC, he's Mormon. And the reason we weren't together is, one of the main reasons is he wanted to be able to be with as many women as he wanted, and I had to be monogamous. And I wanted monogamy, so I said no. He was ASB president, multiple sport varsity letterman, looked like Adonis, was a league champion wrestler, really smart, dad's a surgeon, really rich town, Westlake Village, California, backside of Malibu, like 15 minutes from the Bachelor Mansion. That kind of wealth. And I said no. And even though my life was really hard, I'm so glad I stood by my values and I continued to be true to myself. Now, we had a lot of challenges between us, but I won't get into that now. And let's get back to, I would say, I'm gonna call it Christian way of the man corrals the water and controls the water, and how has that worked out for us? How's our environment? When man controls nature, we kill the buffalo and the beavers, and we build dams, and that kills the salmon, and we take all the animals for their fur because man's in charge of nature, in charge of creation. But what happens when creation precedes orchestration, which is the masculine? I mean, there's the old adage that a woman drops her handkerchief, right? Well, that's creation. That creates an opening for the masculine to decide what to do. Now, did the masculine tell her to drop the handkerchief? No. Her intuition, she felt the energy, she resonated, and she dropped her handkerchief, right? And that's creating an opening for a man. Like, think about it. If you're at a bar and you look at someone across the way as a woman and there's a man, right? When does he know he has an opening? When your eyes go down, you surrender your energy to him. People call it submit, I call it surrender. You know, and learning to surf the waves of life, we have to surrender to our emotions on the downhill, which builds kinetic energy exponentially so that it can propel us uphill to our next climb, the masculine. So the feminine surrenders, and then the masculine acts. So it's my argument that water carves land, and that brings balance. Because when we let water flow naturally, and the beavers are there, you know, they naturally create dams and floodplains and aquifers, and they support 80% of wildlife. Like, beavers support 80% of the wildlife. But when land, or masculine, dominates water, the feminine, look at manifest destiny. I don't think that was being in balance with ourselves or with nature. But I'll let you think about that. Really think about that, and look at, you know, women that I are inspired by, like Usha Vance, Catherine, Princess of Wales. Those women inspire me for how they hold their integrity, their femininity, their family. It's like, you want to know the character of a man, the capacity of a man? Look at his wife. Look at Catherine. Look at Usha. Those are highly capable, feminine, extremely strong women. And they inspire me every day. Okay, I'm going to keep going, and we'll talk about this a little bit more, but, you know, just think about Christianity and land carving water. And is that healthy? Does it produce damage? Like, really, what do you think? Like, really ask yourself those questions and ponder it, because it completely determines your relationship with nature. And I'm going to several Native American reservations, and I would say that they align with the water carves the land in general. I don't speak for them, I'm summarizing. And their relationship with nature. They understand that we are in relationship with nature, that the animals are our brothers and sisters, not something to be dominated and killed. And as a reincarnation of Mary Magdalene, and I'm talking to Christ's soul every day, I had to accept that Christ's shadow is the demiurge. The demiurge is dominance and control. My soul's name is Sophia, and I had a shadow. And in my shadow, I felt trapped. Why did I feel trapped? I was in Stockholm syndrome because I was raped. JC raped me and forced abortions. His dad was a surgeon. My dad never slept at home at night, and when I was there, and I lived a quarter mile from his house in Westlake Village, California. So men made decisions for me. Land carves water. And look what happened. I had 35 years of debilitating lower back pain, and I still haven't talked to him yet. Where does he work? Head of global security at GoDaddy. GoDaddy? That's sexual. They used to have GoDaddy girls, which were completely, you know, scantily clad women. And before I got back to him, I attracted men like Andrew Tate into my life via a personal relationship with his best friend, Justin Waller. And I never went on a date with these guys, but, you know, that's land carving water. So when land carves water, you can create multiple streams, right? That's multiple women. And I'm bringing this healing energy into the heart of Zion, like the heart of Mormonism. They use the Bible to justify polygamy. Yes, Jesus was polygamous. Multiple women washed his feet with their hair. Feet and hair, that's sexual. And in those times, that was a sexual reference. Only the wife would wash a man's feet. Only the wife would anoint a man. How many women washed Jesus' feet before he was crucified? How many women anointed him in the Bible? Think about it. All these wealthy women around him, and they're making him communicate their message of wisdom. Well, wisdom and communication is feminine. So were they in balance? And let's talk about throwing the tables over it. Oh, he planned it. It's righteous indignation. No. He was out of balance. One man, multiple women. How can one man do all that? He has multiple centers. How can he be aligned and centered when he has multiple centers? Women are the emotional, spiritual center. Men are the physical lead. What did Christianity do? Put men as the spiritual lead, bringing them out of balance for easier control. But let's get back to this, you know, Jesus had multiple women thing. So he goes in there, throws over tables, and gets himself crucified, and they see that as righteous. And that justified manifest destiny. Kings use it to justify all the crusades, all the burning of the witches, you know, all of this treachery that came out of Christianity. That's land carves water. They told women, oh, your intuition doesn't connect to God, and they would kill women over it. Oh, let's look at the Albigensian Crusades, the bloodiest crusade. When did it happen in southern France? The Cathars who supported Mary Magdalene? When did that happen? July 22nd, the day the Eastern Orthodox Church celebrates Mary Magdalene. Like that's a coincidence? No, it's not. So let's all think about, do we want to honor creation, or do we want to ascribe creation to a masculine God? Because where has that gotten us? Let's all do some self-reflection. Let's all think about this, because I know we can do better. So I'm bringing this healing, aligned energy with the help of my Hopi aligned energy, my necklace, into the heart of Mormon land. Polygamy's out. Monogamy's in. Monogamy is the path to enlightenment. The day I downloaded that, the Fresh and Fit podcast, the heart of Red Pill, demonetized. So when Carrie comes through, things get aligned. Let's see what else happens.